Come on, Dom. We've got you. You've got some. Come on, come on.
Listen to it. I'm going to sit back and have a watch for once.
You've got some questions to
I
ask.
as well.
Are we waiting for Amir? I don't know where he is. Is Amir coming? No. Just go. Wow, what a night. That really was something that we were looking forward to for a long time. Iconic has been thrown around, but that truly was iconic. In front of the Manchester Arena, 20,000 fans. It was electric. And we got to see a prime, what I saw as shades of a prime Kell Brook there, and coming out against Amir, who was extremely brave, took a lot of punishment and kept going. And we got a classic, and that's what we wanted. These are two sort of once in a generation fighters that ended up in the same generation, in the same weight division, and sort of carried the story throughout their careers. And so to cap it off, sometimes we don't see the fights that we always want to see, and we managed to get this one, and I think it's something we're all really sort of grateful for to the fighters, and I think it's something British boxing will cherish forever, this rivalry we've witnessed for the past 10, 15 years. And so to top it off tonight and see the respect as well that they had for each other at the end, yeah, truly amazing. And well done to Kell, well done to Dom and the team. I thought the way they handled the weight, the way Kell looks, the preparation, it was incredible. A lot was put against them, a lot of things that they had to deal with throughout it, and it was almost water off a duck's back for Kell. And he got in there in a electrifying atmosphere and kept his head and looked as though he was getting stronger every single round, which was the most impressive thing. So yeah, thank you to Sky for supporting me on this fight as well, and yeah, congrats to Kell. Kell?
No, I just want to thank Ben Shalon. I want to thank Sky. You know, this fight needed to be with Sky, you know, because Sky's been behind me all my career. They've built me up. They've got me to where I am today, you know, and also Amir, you know. So it's been a long time coming, this fight for me, you know, and I'm so happy that I finally won't get pestered about people saying, when are you gonna fight Amir Khan? Because I'll say, listen, you've seen it weekend. I took care of him, and I told you that would happen. I've always known that was gonna happen, you know. I've just been frustrated that this fight didn't happen sooner, you know, for y'all. But like the teacher said, it's better late than never. And you know, I want to just thank Dominic Ingle and Greg Marriott and even Kid Galahad, who took the time away from their family and their kids. We went away before Christmas, 20th of December. You know, on FaceTime watching my kids open the presents, the birthdays, January and February earlier. Missed all the birthdays, Christmas, not seeing my kids open. I don't really need to. I've got enough money as it is. But I sacrificed the time to put the time in training and being away from my family, and realising why I were in Forteventura, you know, waking up every day, you know, realising that I'm here, because I'll be remembered for this fight, you know, forever. No one's bothered that was my 43rd fight. Nobody will remember the 42 fights. They'll just remember the fight against Amir Khan, you know. So I'm so happy that I put that work in and got the victory, you know. And I'm no disrespect to Amir, you know. It felt so easy for me in there, you know. It was just a matter of time. I caught him in the first round, you know, and like I said, they've been prodding and pushing at me all the way through this, you know. And I even had to change my gloves in the middle of the ring. You know, I did everything they wanted me to do, and I still took care of business. So I'm just happy that the chapter's closed now on Amir Khan, you know. And I've had a fantastic career. You know, I've been over to America, won Sean Porter the IBF World Title, got myself to mandatory, went over in Carson, California, won a world title. I've been in with Golovkin, you know, Spence, you know, with a new kid on the block, Crawford. You know, all these names, you know, and obviously politics involved. I want to give the fans the best fights. I've always wanted to have this fight with Amir, you know, and I think this grudge match and this is the icing on the cake for me. I can live at peace with myself, with my career. You know, I've tried my best. I've tried to do everything. You know, do I want to carry on? You know, I feel like a 23-year-old today. I'm going to sit down with my dad and my mom and my immediate family, see if we want to carry on. But, you know, listen, it was dead easy to train me in this train, you know, because it's an easy fight for me to get up. I was the first one in the gym, the last one out. Did everything Dominic said. We stuck to the game plan, unbelievable what he said. You know, we're back on top, we're back flying, you know. It's been a magnificent night, and I'm just so happy that you all got to see it, and thank you all.
Go on.
Dominic?
Usually we sit here and they ask us questions instead of letting us talk. I could be here all night, but I'm not going to be here all night. Look, I'm glad he got it out of the way. You know, you've got to give Colin credit because, you know, he always knew in the back of his mind it was going to be a tough fight. I think it would always been that result, no matter when they fought. It would have probably gone a little bit longer because, but fair play to him, he took some heavy shots from round 1 to 6. And, you know, Kell can punch. So whatever they've done in that camp, they've trained him well. You know, with what they had in the time frame they had. So you've got to take your hat off to his team, because usually he doesn't survive those first 2 or 3 rounds like that. But he did. He composed himself and he fought to the end. You've got to give him credit for that. He went out on his shield. There's no shame in that. And if it had been the other way for Kell, it's the same. So we got the fight. I hope you all enjoyed it. You know, Kell did put the work in. Whether there's any more fights in, whether he needs to do any more is another matter, because you all remember for your last fight. But on this performance, you know, like, they're both 35. They're not spring chickens. There's got to be some good fights out there. I'm thinking maybe, you know, get Mayweather out of retirement and we'll get that fight, because he seems to want to fight everybody apart from a boxer. But, you know, why not? So if it can be made, Ben, you're the man apparently. You're the new man on the block. So there's some homework for you to do. Get in touch with Floyd, and whether it's an exhibition or a fight or whatever it is, it's something you can probably do.
Adam?
Well, I echo Dominic's words about Amir Khan's bravery in there, but what a night for Kell Brook. Just looking at Terry back there, and I know how much you've wanted this fight, how it's haunted you for so long. We at Sky have been personally involved with Kell and Amir for so many years. I think I first met Kell at 10. I'm just gutted Brendan wasn't here to see tonight. We've known Amir since he was a teenager. We felt we've sort of grown up with them. They've given us everything in British boxing over the last 15 years. And I think it was just fantastic that Ben got this organised, that they put pen to paper, and that they came in an incredible week, a fantastic electricity in the Manchester Arena, and they dished out a mini classic. It was absolutely brilliant. Kell was phenomenal. I thought he rolled back the years. The finish was terrific, and Amir was right in there, and as Dominic said, he went out on his shield. But I think for me, the best thing was that Kell went over at the end. There was incredible respect between the pair. It's a wonderful night for British boxing. Because of that, we got a great fight. We got a definitive result. Kell Brook, I know, can sleep happily at night, and so can his family for many, many months and years to come. But I want to say as well, a massive congratulations to Amir Khan on everything he's achieved. And if he does call it a day, what a way to go out. He fought to the end. He was so brave. And I think the fans are the winners. And yeah, it was a wonderful night. So congratulations, Kell, and to your team. I know your tight-knit team have worked so hard, and you've done it. You went to Fuerteventura. You've done this. You've wanted it more, I think, than anything in the world. And enjoy it.
Open up for question.
Yeah, what's that everything you do with the magic?
I would have. Yeah, I would have liked more a clinical knockout, a little bit like a Canelo would have been happier, but you know, but at the end of the day, listen, the referee were there to save him, you know, taking him up, because he was gonna get bad, weren't it? But I'm happy that. Yeah, but you know, I've gone over it in my mind, you know, I have gone over it in my mind, but listen, at the end of the day, you know, he was tough. You know, he tried. He took some good shots, and he has been fantastic for the sport. You know, because he's always involved in fights where it can get hurt and it can hurt fighters. So, he's obviously, you know, he's been 2-time world champion for a reason, and you know, I'm just so happy that, you know, we got it the fight across the line, and everybody's seen it, and I'm just happy that it's done now.
Can you tell us what you said to each other at the end?
No, I just said, listen, I said, you know, respect's obviously there. I respect anyone who gets in that ring. And, you know, he took some big shots, you know, you can see his face.
But what did you say to him?
I just said to him, listen, what you got, you know, you're worried. You took some good shots in there. You know, I have heard that he's a nice enough kid, you know, because, you know, it's a small world boxing. You know, he just said that we could probably sit and have a coffee, you know, one time and you know, we've shared the ring together now, and I think it's, you know, I think we're all right now.
Is it sweeter when Kell won the world title?
I don't know. I've just been saying this to Dom. I don't know if I'm used to winning and being involved in big fights. You know, if that were like when I'm a 9-year-old walking into the gym, you know, I'm going over to America against a guy who were coming through as the next Mike Tyson, and taking the world title off him in America. I think that I didn't sleep for 3 days because I thought if I go to sleep, I might wake up and not be real, and I honestly believe that's unbelievable. The adrenaline's still running. Maybe I might later on it might kick in that what an amazing fight this was. But just sat here now, I think that probably Porter's still number one.
Kell, you were saying that through the week that you find it very difficult to retire. Can you resist fighting on again after coming at such a high at this point? You're going to get offers to fight again. You don't owe the sport nothing, but you think you can resist it?
I don't know. Listen, I'm a fighter, and I like competition. I like competing. I like trying to beat the younger kids on a sprint or in a spar or on the weights who can lift more weights or whatever, and it's the fighter always the last to say that that they've had enough. For me, I feel fit, I feel fresh, my body's working perfect, metabolism's working good. I feel 23-year-old, like I said, I have to sit back and with my family and just see, because I don't want to be one of them fighters that carry on too long. But I just feel amazing. I felt amazing there. I was coming back to the corner, and 20 seconds in, I felt like brand new again, and to be honest with you, I think it was dead easy for me tonight, and that's because of obviously the work we've put in. I felt amazing tonight.
Which I like to do, was doing TV, I think one of them was doing radio, but both said they'd like to fight you next, but either of them or both?
I don't know. I've heard that I think they probably should fight each other first, maybe. But listen, I'm not. Listen, like I said, I've just beaten Amir Khan. I'm the flavour of the month again, so I'm the man. So listen, if they have to get in line, I'm the man again. So depending what I want to do, that's going to be the thing. But I'm just going to enjoy this win, enjoy this, see my beautiful kids, spend some time with them. Because I've obviously been away so long, and not even when I've been with them, I can't really fully be myself because I've got a training session. I can't really have a few bit of sweet food because I'm being that much on it, wanting to win so much this fight.
Kell, there were years and years, almost 2 decades of build-up to this. You spoke about even the shorter-term build-up and being away from your family. With that in mind, when you looked elated the moment the fight was waved off and you were lifted up, can you talk about what the emotions were like? Literally the second the fight was called off.
I seen Dom and I said, listen, he's got on his shoulders. We both wanted that bad, because he gets it as well. When we walk from Medwall or wherever we're going, it's always been prodded and pestered, and I felt bad, but I've not been able to make it happen. So obviously getting that win, and it's like all the, because he's been through it all. We've all been through it all for weeks and months away from his family, to make sure that we're in his best condition we can be in, mentally, physically, for this moment. And that moment, it's all worth it when I'm up there, and you can see on my face that I were absolutely over the moon with a win. You know what I mean? I'll be remembered for this fight now.
You're going to tell me you had COVID in Fort Ventura or not?
Yeah, we had COVID. We got through COVID and everything.
That's why you lost the weight.
Yeah. I felt like I had the edge straight away when we come out to the ring. I just felt that, I would have taken, you take things, I remember looking at him and seeing him with like his face down. He knows that I'm in great condition. He knows when he looked at my house from the gloves are off, he knew that I want this fight bad. I want this bad. He knew that, and he knew that I would come in no matter what, hard. So he knew, and as soon as I got out there, and we're both pinned on each other, and the timing's there, the speed, everything come from me, the timing. Like I said, timing beats speed. He's got very fast hands, and he always got very fast hands, but I knew straight away in the fight, after the first few shots that it was my fight. I knew.
Was there a renegotiation?
No. We had to make a weight on the day, and if it was over by a pound or ounces, there was a fine. We put it out there. There might be a possibility you might go heavier for the sake of it, but we could always make the weight. It's not an issue. So there was no, it's just speculation again. It's just speculation.
A question for both Kell and Dom. You saw the press the lead off where you were saying you wanted to get that respect. Do you feel that it's done now? You've done it. You've won. Emphatic fashion. You've hardly got a mark on you, and obviously you came out very bruised. Do you feel like now you've got that respect that you always wanted?
Yeah, listen. listen, he shared the ring for me. He's come through. The respect's there.
Thank you.
The respect's there. The respect's there. Listen,
Yeah, no.
you know when it's all said and done, we're both
Bit of
fighters.
quiet.
We're both fighters. We've shared the ring together. Listen, we've given the fans, the fight. You know, he took some great shots in there. You know, respect's there. That's all I've ever wanted. You know.
And Saddam, about keeping his composure, obviously round one, the first knockdown. When Kell comes back into the corner, how did you talk him through keeping that composure to make sure he didn't rush?
Because, well, you know, like I said it all through this camp, it's about like playing a game of poker at this age. You've got your cards, it's all a bluff. We've trained them. But we can do all the training, we can see bits of what we've seen in the past, but we don't know what's going to happen when they get in until somebody's put the cards on the table. And the cards are on the table in the ring, but apart from that, it's all a bluff and we see how it's going to go. And we can only tell from the first couple of rounds, and Bo Mike was saying it's going to be 4 rounds. Yeah, it is going to be 4 rounds, that's when you know. And then it's after 4 rounds, it's anybody's. So if you can assert yourself in the 4 rounds and get kind of dominance, but you know, can't keep coming back. But Kell knows Kell's a good finisher. He's a good finisher. He threw a couple of wild shots in, but he's a good finisher. So we said, look, if you hurt him, don't just go in and try and finish because you'll burn yourself out. He can move, he can recover. So take your time, but he knows that. Kelly knew the plan before he went in. He practiced the plan in camp. He had a plan. Amir had a plan. He had a good plan. He obviously had a good camp because he took big shots all the way through. So we have to see. It's a sticking to the plan. When it's not going your way, it's a case of sticking to the plan and implementing it. And that's what Kell does very, very well.
Yeah, you showed a lot of heart in there throughout taking those shots. Was the power of Kell a surprise to you in there after that first round?
No, we knew that he had power. And obviously, you could see he came in trained, he was ready. You know, no excuses, the better man won. He boxed out of his skin, man, honestly, I have to say. Never expected that from him. I've seen him fight before, and he put on a great performance today. So no disrespect to him, I mean, he came out to win.
Is it easy to bury that rivalry at the end of Kell?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, for me, yeah, I mean, it's one of them things, you know, that we have rivalries, but like I said, sometimes after a punch-up, you could be friends. Yeah.
That atmosphere was absolutely electric
Yeah.
for both of you. How does that compare for both of you guys in terms of the best atmosphere you've competed in?
Probably the best, one of the best I've ever fought in, you know, and I'd say that the fans came out to watch and a great fight, you know, and also can I just mention that, you know, the training camp I had for the fight was probably the best training. Bowback, that's why I don't want to have anyone blame them because they did everything they needed to. I mean, I put my hand up and took full fault. It was me that was performing in there. Literally, we didn't leave any stone unturned. We did everything in training camp. They pushed me so hard, and you know, so no one can ever say it was Bowback or the team. The team were better. Like I said, it was just me that didn't perform on the night the right way.
You've given so much to the sport, both of you being a great ambassador for the sport yourself. Is that the final time that we'll be seeing you in the ring?
I mean, can I sit there with my family? I think it could be. Yeah, it could be. At the end of the day, you know, do you know the first time I fought against? I mean, the first time I felt like this was when I fought against Bud Crawford. And you know when you feel like, okay, I'm out, you just can't get in the groove. And I thought maybe it was just because he was that good. Obviously, the Billy Dib fight, obviously that happened. But then today as well, tried to get in the groove, but just couldn't really get in the groove. I mean, look, Kell came trained, he came ready, and he was brilliant. But it's something to think about, definitely. Like I said, I've always said I never want boxing to retire me, you know, I want to retire from boxing before he does that. And like I said, punishment like that sometimes in boxing, I made sure I had a big heart, took some big shots today, but too much of that can be sometimes harmful in the future, you know. So let's see, I'm going to sit down with my wife, my family, my dad and everyone and see where we go from here. But like I said, credit goes to Kell, he put on a great performance today.
I mean, you've had to deal with people saying that you kind of tuned through all your career, but does a performance like that when you took some power shots show that you've got incredible heart to keep going?
Might not be the best taking the shots, but I mean, You know, it's just one of them things. I've had a great career, man. Honestly, winning fights, losing fights, being knocked down, got back up. I mean, Kell today was strong. I mean, he hit me. I was like, damn, this guy can hit. You know what I mean? I didn't expect that from him, especially making 149. I thought he's gonna be a bit weak, but he was very strong. I have to say thank you to Bowman for that, because if you think about the work that we did in camp, I mean, they had me solid, they had me strong. So did our strength conditioner. I mean, he made sure that my leg was solid. I got hit with some big shots and I was still standing there. But obviously, I was hurt at times, but I just got through it with maybe the conditioning was good.
I mean, this last fight, were you kind of happy with it? One of those fights you say, what if, and then maybe try and make a comeback and
Yeah, honestly, my boxing career, I've done more than I ever expected. What I've done in boxing. I mean, at the age of 17, maybe I peaked too early in my career. You know, 17, I was in the Olympics. I won the world title at 21, 22. So I'm 35 now. I've been in the game a very long time. Oh man, now I want to spend time with my kids, my family. You know.
Yeah, what a career.
I want to enjoy the money, man. I mean, I never enjoy myself. Honestly, look, we're making the paychecks, but I want to make sure that I enjoy that, because
Got to be around to spend it.
Got
to be around to spend it. That's
and I want to be there for my family, like for my kids. You know, I want to take them to school and be that father. You know, even though me and Kell have never really looked eye to eye, but you know, I'm not a bad person. I'm a family man. It was just that obviously when there was words going back and forth, nothing personal. It made the fight exciting. But end of the day, we're family men, and I'm glad we ended up putting a great performance on for you guys.
Amir, Kell and Ben, I just wanted to say first of all, big respect to boxing, because I feel like what we see in the stadium tonight is really accelerating the sport. Me and Alf actually work at grassroots, so we know how it trickles down and helps fighters get just starting off. How do you both feel like putting on that event? For me today it was like Fox Groves, where I feel like fighters, because of what you two have done and putting on this big event like boxing, really going to raise the profile for guys that come in after you. So individually, how do you feel about that, what you created tonight? You built the fight, there's respect after it, and I think for me this is everything, legacy of boxing that people can look up to and take on.
I mean, people always talk about the Nigel Benn, Eubank fights and the Crutch, the Glow fights, and this is one fight they'll always remember, you know. It was a fight that we could have made 10 years ago, and it still would have been a bigger fight, you know. But it happened 10 years later, but still it was a massive fight, even 10 years later. Might be a different story if it was 10 years ago. But I mean, but like I said, no.
Might have gone 8 instead of 6.
Yeah. But you know, the thing is, look, we give the fans what they wanted, and this is something that, you know, we could have been biased. I could have called it a day. I made tons of money in the sport boxing, but I thought, nah, there was something missing in my career. This fight, this legacy fight, this massive fight. And I thought, if I walk out of the sport without taking this fight, not because I don't like Kell, it's just because the public wanted it. The public demand was so big. Yeah. And I'm glad that, like, Eddie tried to make it, Frank tried to make it, but with respect to Boxer went and made it happen. And
go on, Ben.
I think you deserve a round of applause for that.
Yeah, go on, Ben.
Go on, Ben. You've done it for that.
What I would say is just, you know, growing up as a boxing fan, this was I've said it before, this was a fight I would dream to be involved in as a fan. So to be a promoter for it was incredible. But everyone's talked about how the fighters were taking it for a payday. Believe me, these guys have enough money in the bank, they don't need any more. They did this for the fans. They genuinely did this because they knew how important it was. And I remember meeting Terry and going into his house, and the first thing he did, he took me into his garage, and up on the wall it's the Boxing News 2005 article cut out, and it says better than Khan. And you know, I went to see, I've been speaking to Amir about this fight for over 12 months. We thought we had it on so many times, and it really wasn't about money. As much as they wanted to earn, of course they do, they didn't need to take this fight, and I knew that on both. There was so much to lose, there was little to gain other than legacy, and they did it tonight, and all we did was provide the perfect environment, which was the Manchester Arena, and this was an iconic venue that needed to host this, and I'm just proud that these guys got it on, and it's amazing for British boxing, and I think we're going to have a springboard now for the next 12 months, I think, because of this fight, and hopefully more fighters will be inspired to get into the sport because of these two and what they've achieved.
Yeah, well, in the heat of the build-up, Kell, you both said you wanted to retire the other now. Just, I guess, lucky you fit the provider, but now, do you think you might have?
I don't know. Listen, he's had a fantastic career, and you don't want to be you don't want to be involved in them kind of fights this late on in his career. You know, he's been to America, he's won 2 world titles, he's been involved in some massive fights. You'll have to sit down like I have to sit down and see if we do want to carry on. You know, at the end of the day, so we've given the fans some fantastic entertainment in that. So I've loved the build up for this fight. Behind the gloves, you know, behind the ropes, Dom involved with drinking sweat. You know, listen, it's been mega. You know, like the weigh in. You know, we're hard to pick me or him, and then we've finally got the fight on. You know, we've given the fans a fantastic night. They can go away and and they've been involved in one of the fights, best fights in our era. You know, it's like the Groves Froch. Brook, Khan Brook, it's up there with the best in British in our era. So I'm just happy that I delivered this fight and got the winning, and we're both safe, we're both healthy, and we can go to his family. You know, that's the main thing.
Any more questions? We've got Dwante open. He's ready for a piece. Any more questions?
We did get that in those sparring sessions.
It's irrelevant.
You know, to be honest with you, Kell, I don't even remember the sparring session. I honestly,
After all
I'm
that.
seriously, like, do you remember them, Kell?
I
don't even remember them.
Mate, we're not long.
Unless they
Listen,
played, you lot believed everything he said, bro.
Actually, Brian Rose beat them both up. That's what it was.
You know what? You know what Brian Rose was? Because I remember sparring with Brian Rose back in back when I was like 15, and I thought, wow, he's so good.
Fantastic job.
He was amazing. He just kept picking me off. But I can't remember me and Kell sparring. But like I said, I made a good storyline, huh?
Are you going to spar again in the future?
No, we don't.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Can we go? Are we done?
Yeah,
we're done.
Can we get
Well
a
done,
final
Kell.
picture of you together? The swap things now, it's done.
We can squash it.
Get it together.
Cheers.
That's the one. There we go.
Thank you, Dom. Yeah, well done, pal. Thank you.